CVA's Accura Series, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, this next segment's being sponsored by Soul Shine Pizza. They're at 4021 Hughes Crossing, Suite 101 over in Franklin, Tennessee. Y'all call my buddy Steve Brandon at 615-379-7767. Let them take care of all your catering needs. Stop and check out their lunch specials Monday through Friday. Be sure to tell Steve and his crew thank you for all they do for us here at the show. All right, guys. We're going to have a call-in segment coming up here, but tonight's going to be just a little bit different. You want to go on and grab your phone, because over here in Dayton's lap, we have got a pile of baits that Chris brought with him tonight, and we are fixing to give them away to some lucky caller. So the 5th caller is going to get all these baits right here. Chris, what all's in this stack right here?
We've got Yankum football jigs. We've got Bill Davis scrounger heads. We've got
some shakies here.
Yep. And we've got a pack of my neg crawlers.
Blue sapphire looking things.
Yeah, some Yankum jigs.
Yankum hair flies.
So, 5th caller, guys. You're going to be able to take all of these with you. We're not doing multiple. This is going to be one person gets to take all this right here.
And where can they pick them up at?
They'll be able to pick them up at our office, Lebanon, and if they'll just get in contact with us, we'll make sure you get your baits one way or the other, which is taken care of. So thank you for bringing those, Chris. Now, the rest of you, just go ahead and we'll get you set up, call in, we'll talk about anything you want. But your 5th caller is going to get these baits right here. So while we're waiting on that, guys, we've been talking fall fishing in general, some different baits, Chris, that you like to use, different techniques. So as we move into, right now we're a little bit warmer, still. But what do you expect to see, Chris? Let's say as we get into December and January. I mean, you're year-round fishing, so that water gets way down cold. What do those fish do then?
50 degrees, I'm usually throwing a 8-rig or a jig. I'm fishing for bigger fish, but
that's the time of year you can really.
Yeah, and a crankbait. Don't forget about a crankbait. The Squarebill, you throw it.
And these little.
It don't matter.
And a little lead head with the spinners now.
I saw that a while ago, and I'm going to say this for the sauger fishermen in the area too, because that is a great bass bait right there. But the first thing I thought when I saw that bait right there, Chris, there is not a sauger in the river could turn that bait down, I promise you. Yeah, Dayton's over here trying to get you, Chris.
Look, you see that purple thing right there with that head on it? That right there is a fish catching machine on any body of water you go to.
Yep.
That's a great bait right there.
And again, matching the hatch, a small bait, and that's what you want. But anyhow, cold, same thing. You're probably going to slow your presentation down a little bit. I would say
slow it down. Hair flies are really good in the wintertime.
Grub,
quarter ounce, grub's excellent. Grub's been catching fish for years and years and years.
And what about the whirly bee?
The whirly bee, I have got one in my box.
Grab that real quick and let everybody see this. Yeah. This is a bait that a good friend of ours and everybody uses.
Now this
Tim Staley and a bunch of people at Center Hill, but this is definitely a bait you have to have.
I can get it open.
And they're called, what are they called you got there, Chris?
Super bait.
I call it snow spinners, what I call it.
That's
right. I've been making these. I still make them for people calling over 100 at a time, and
it's a lead head with a small trailer on it with just a
Indiana blade. Just get right up against the bank and throw it.
Smallmouth magnet.
It works.
Chuck and wind, really it does. What color is that one there, Chris?
I call that one red shad.
Red shad.
Red shad. And I also make a bigger version, which I call my super bait. And
that's the one I had in mind. I've thrown your super bait. I've got
an aspirin head, and I put a little bigger blade on the back of it.
Right.
And I actually fish it deeper in and around the school of shad. You can actually just jig it up and down. But I like to fish it a little deeper.
Yeah.
But this right here, when they're up shallow, you can whack them on it.
Right.
You can, Center Hill, they'll holler, Tim's forward. Tim's Ford is one of the best kept secrets in the Middle Tennessee.
Oh, Jake Davis is mad at you now. That is it.
Jake Davis, he said Tim's Ford.
He's going to be upset. No, you're right. Tim's Ford is a lake that you don't hear a lot about.
Yep.
Do they
that
have
I have
smallmouth in
fished.
that lake?
I heard there's 1 or 3.
Couple
if you
smallmouth
get over
in
there, you know, near those big houses over on that corner somewhere,
Right,
there's
on
a
the
couple
point where
of
that
fish.
roadbed comes out?
Yeah, somewhere if you fish them at night.
Right.
Guys, hey, we want to take just a second to say congratulations to Jesse Wilder. And Jesse, again, Chris brought those baits, so Chris Snow,
Thank you very
thank
much.
him for it. But Jesse, we got your baits for you. I know we got your information. We'll get those baits to you. Congratulations on that. So anyhow, guys, we're talking fall fishing. It's getting time.
So, like I said earlier, I'm going to run through this again.
Here we go.
The best time to go fishing is from the October 15th when they start pulling these lakes until the middle of February. All the water's gone. The fish have a lot less place to hide. And it's a good time to find places that you don't know about. Natural rock piles, natural rock ledges, stumps that's still left. A lot of your natural stumps are gone, but there's still stuff there and people are putting stuff in. But man, some people's like, well, it's too dangerous. It is dangerous, but take your time and learn your body of water.
It
Get
is.
you something
it can
that
help you learn in ways too, though.
I'm telling you.
You're going to find your channels sometimes a little bit easier. Like you said, idle around. Don't go peeling through there if you don't know what you're doing.
That's right.
You can learn. I mean, Chris has talked about electronics. They're great. I mean, they're fantastic these days. But you're not going to learn what you can learn by standing there looking at the rock pile.
That's right.
And I mean, you literally know how they lay out. I know some guys, I don't know who they are, maybe the Blair brothers, some of them others got pictures and stuff from over time of stuff like that. That was my point.
Right,
And you know how that structure lays out. And because, you know, all this stuff is fairly new. There was many, many years we didn't have all those things to
and
rely on.
you can still look at the
that's one of the
contours.
greatest ways to do it.
Right, and you can still look at some contours of the banks to find the deeper stuff. But back in the days, you didn't have anything but where you casted and what you did, and it's changed a lot now. I mean, it has.
It has. Wintertime's a great time to learn that and get out there and find that kind of stuff for
And
sure.
you can learn with the graphs a lot better in the winter than you can in the summer, I would say.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Is that true, Chris? Like if
Yes.
you use your live scope and stuff more in the winter time,
I
you
do.
probably learn more than you do in the summer. Is that correct?
I do, because I'm fishing more shallower in the summer. And while we're on that subject, it's fall fishing. Don't forget about the frog bite.
Oh gosh, don't start all that.
I mean,
Open water, not just vegetation. They hit by them trees.
well, they do, but gunners will
Oh yeah.
Chickamauga, even Old Hickory.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
And another thing I like to do with that frog, I like to cut one side of its legs shorter than the other. That way it
Walks better.
it walks better.
Yeah.
And another thing I like to do, this is a hollow belly. I like to stuff glass rattles
That's
in
right.
it and make it rattle. And to make it heavier, to make it set on the mat better, I take solder wire and wrap around the shank of the hook. It makes it a little heavier, makes it a little easier to throw. Plus, when the fish come up and bust on it, they don't knock it off, knock it as far. And guys that like frog fishing, I know Dayton knows this. Pull up on a mat, turn everything off. Don't have your trolling motor on or your graphs on or nothing. Just listen. You know what I'm talking about. Just
Them old
listen.
bluegills start popping.
You hear them bluegill kissing the top of the water, you're on a good mat.
And
They're up there eating them bugs off that milfoil is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's it's an active mat.
And let me tell you something else real quick. When you're fishing these in open water, you need 2 rats tied on, one for vegetation and one for open water. Because when you start throwing these around a boat dock and stuff open, you can take and bend these hooks out a little bit straighter to where you ain't got to set the rubber so far in there. If you know your bait is going to be only in open water rats, straighten these hooks out just a little bit to where they're more open, because you're not in vegetation, so you get a lot better hook set.
Yeah.
Okay. All kind of good tips in that little string there, guys. Well, all right, guys, we're going to get ready to take another quick break. Congratulations again to Jesse. We'll be right back with some more Southern Woods and Waters.